up, everybody? True Boxing here. Thank you for coming back to get hit with the truth. So today we're doing the breakdown video for Tyson Fury versus Derek Chisora 3. So Fury versus Chisora 3, the breakdown. This fight's taking place Saturday, December 3rd on ESPN. Also want to throw in Daniel Dubois versus Kevin Lerena for the WBA regular heavyweight title. Dubois is a heavyweight on the rise. You don't want to miss him. And Kevin Lerena finally stepping up his game and fighting somebody legit. So we'll see what happens there. But back to Fury and Chisora. So this is a lot of people have been criticizing Tyson Fury fighting Derek Chisora a third time. Let's get a couple things straight. First off, it's been 8 years since their second fight when Fury beat Chisora, stopped them, I believe, in the 9th or the 10th round. 8 years have happened since. I was back in 2014. Both fighters have got better since that fight. Chisora Fury is the #1 heavyweight in the world. He's the king of the heavyweight division right now. You can talk about Alexander Usyk all you want. Usyk has defeated Derek Chisora by a hard-fought decision, but Anthony Joshua twice. Tyson Fury has defeated Deontay Wilder twice, Dillian White, Vladimir Klitschko years ago. Tyson Fury is the man in the heavyweight division right now. No doubt. But ahead of it, he wanted to fight another time this year. He's coming off that loss, and he wanted to fight with Derek Chisora, because he was looking at other top 10 guys. Nobody was there. Nobody was ready. So he decided on Chisora for a third time, partly because that's an all-UK battle right there. Chisora's coming off of a nice win over Kubrat Pulev in a rematch. And I like the fight, and I'm gonna tell you why I'm happy that Chisora is getting this, because Chisora has been the consummate gatekeeper of the heavyweight division for a few years now. He's the guy you go fight and to try to test yourself, and he's been in there with the best guys in the division, and he's lost some, he's won a couple, but he's always competitive. Even in what I thought was probably the knockout of the year when Dillian White laid him out a few years ago, knocked him out cold, he was winning that fight in their rematch, and he came up short. But this guy's always in the fight. He's always competitive, win or lose. Alexander Usyk can attest to that, and so can Joseph Parker, who were the last two guys to beat him. This guy's always there, and for me, I'm happy to see a guy who's never been a world champion, only fought for a world title one time back in 2012 against Vitaly Klitschko, and he lost a unanimous decision. I'm happy to see a guy like Chisora get a crack at the title. And maybe that's going to be it if he loses, but I think he's deserving of that crack at the title because of all the years of great fights and nonstop action and fighting the best, win or lose. I think that's deserving of something, and Tyson Fury's giving him that, and so I appreciate that, and I like that he's getting this shot. So that's why I like this fight. Plus, Chisora has that one-punch knockout power. So it's not as if I'm going into this fight thinking he's just going to get absolutely destroyed without having any kind of a shot in this fight. But we'll get into that. But like normal with my breakdown videos, I discuss the fight, then I get into each fighter and ask the same questions. If it's a championship fight like this one, I start with the champion, work myself to the challenger. Asking the same questions, what they've done coming into the fight, what kind of style they need to have, questions like that. Can they win by knockout? Can they win by decision? What's a win mean? What's a loss mean? Then at the end of it all, I ask, is it better for boxing if one or the other wins? And then I close it out with my prediction on the fight. So let's start with the champion rolling in, the undefeated WBC heavyweight champion, Tyson Fury. Now, Fury rolling into this fight's coming off of a 6th round knockout of Dillian Whyte. Whyte didn't pose too much of a threat in that one. Fury laid him out, outworked him, laid him out, retaining his title. Prior to that were the 2 fights with Deontay Wilder. You know, he knocked Wilder out in the 11th round of a fucking barn burner in their 3rd fight last year in 2021 in October. And then over a year and a half prior to that, he stopped Wilder, dominated him in 7 rounds in their 2nd fight, their rematch. So he's rolling. He's the #1 guy in the division, and he has undisputed on his mind with Alexander Usyk. So he's pumped up. He wanted to get another fight in before the end of the year. Usyk wasn't ready, so he's going after. He's going to try to take out Derek Chisora. What kind of fight does he need to fight against Chisora to win? Well, he needs to go in and definitely use his height and reach and his boxing ability. If he goes in looking for a knockout, he's going to leave himself wide open, and the chance of him getting knocked out increase, you know, if he does that. So he needs to get in there. He needs to do his roughhouse tactics and his boxing. He has a 7.5-inch height advantage, and he has a monster 11-inch reach advantage. I mean, he has the physical advantage by a long shot. He needs to take advantage of that, use it all, and bust up Chisora and stop him, you know, and go after the knockout, obviously. You know, but he does not need to go out there and go guns a-blazing and throw everything, or throw caution to the wind. He does that, he could be the one on the canvas. So, you know, after that, can Tyson Fury win this fight by knockout? Absolutely. He stopped Chisora already. I think he's more confident, sits down on his punches better in his last 3 fights in particular. And I absolutely believe he can knock out Derek Chisora in this fight. Now, can he win a decision? Absolutely. I highly doubt Derek Chisora can take a decision from Fury. So I think if it goes to the scorecards, he can absolutely win a decision. What does a win mean for Tyson Fury? Well, you know, a win keeps him undefeated, and it keeps him as a top dog in the division. And that's what he needs. A win is major for for Tyson Fury. He needs this win in order to lock up undisputed with Alexander Usyk next. That's very important. So he absolutely needs the win, and it means a lot to him. What does a loss mean for Tyson Fury? Well, a loss would be devastating. Not only would it be the first loss of his career, it would be a huge upset loss to a guy that he's not supposed to lose to, you know, and it would ruin undisputed for him next. You know, he really has a chance at undisputed, and he can really tie his career off with a bow. If he wins undisputed, he can only fight big fights after that, you know, like he could take on the Joshua fight if he wants. He could fight you know, Deontay Wilder again if he wants. It really would be up to him whatever he wanted to do after that. A loss really messes it up for him, so he really can't afford to lose this fight. That would be detrimental to Tyson Fury. Now we're going to switch over to the underdog, the challenger, former world title challenger, Derek Chisora. Now, Chisora rolling into this fight is 1-2 in his last 3 fights, but he lost back-to-back fights last year in 2021 to Joseph Parker. And, you know, he fought his ass off, though. The first fight, I think it was a split decision in favor of Parker. Their rematch, Parker took a unanimous decision and was looking like he was going to lay out Chisora in the first half. And then Chisora in the last few rounds just turned, you know, put his foot on the gas pedal, closed the fight out strong, made it very competitive. Still lost on points, but he fought his ass off. And then he returned this year so far and took on Kubrat Pulev in a rematch of a fight where Pulev defeated him years ago by a split decision. and he avenged that defeat and got a split decision victory himself. So, rolling into this one, he's confident. He just defeated a guy and avenged the loss. He's very confident rolling in. He knows what's at stake. He knows he's 38 years old. He knows the physical advantages that Tyson Fury has. He's already been in a ring with Fury. But he's confident as hell because Derek Chisora just doesn't give a fuck. He's going out there wanting to win. He's gonna throw punches. He's gonna hit hard, and and he's gonna just go out there and go for it. He knows what he has to do, and I think he's confident that he can pull off the upset here, and I think he's ready to go. Now, what kind of fight does Derek Chisora need to fight in order to win this one? Well, he needs to get close to Tyson Fury, and when he does, he needs to hit the body and then move to the head. I mean, he needs to take advantage of when Fury gets close to him. He needs to try to throw that left hook. Needs to try to hit him with that left hook. Needs to try to land those big shots. And make every punch that he can land count. And he needs to make him hurt. So he absolutely needs to be in the best shape of his life heading into this one. He needs to be ready, but he needs to be ready on the timing. He needs to get Fury's, timing down to where he can counter the timing. If he can do that, he might be able to hurt Fury and pull off the upset. Can Derek Chisora win this fight by knockout? I think he can. I think if Chisora lands that one big shot on Tyson Fury, that could be all she wrote. I mean, Derek Chisora has that kind of power. He throws those kind of punches, and I really think that he could hurt Tyson Fury and potentially knock him out. Can Chisora win a decision? I highly doubt it. The physical advantages that Fury has, he's going to be ahead on points at all times, in my opinion, in this fight. And now, finally, what does a win mean for Derek Chisora here? A win means everything. A win hands him his first world title. He would have knocked off the number one guy in the division. It'd be his swan song. It's huge if he can win this fight. Huge. What does a loss mean for Derek Chisora? To be honest, a loss wouldn't hurt him. A loss in any way, shape, or form really wouldn't hurt him. The guy's got 12 losses in his pro career, but this loss would not kill him. It really wouldn't. He's a consummate pro. This is the kind of fight that he has been looking for, a big money title fight, and he's getting the opportunity, and he's going to take full advantage of it, win or lose. So going in, I think he has the attitude of, I have nothing to lose. So a loss really wouldn't hurt him, and maybe this is the kind of fight, and if he were to lose, maybe it's time to hang him up, call it quits. Maybe he can go out on his shield, if he loses. So, really wouldn't hurt him too much. I think he's just happy to get the opportunity. And now, finally, the two questions. Is it better for boxing if Tyson Fury or Derek Chisora wins this fight? No question, it's better 100% if Tyson Fury wins, because it sets up the bigger fight down the road with Alexander Usyk, and it sets up bigger fights with, potentially Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, even throw Andy Ruiz in there down the road. And that's really what people want to see, is those fights. And now, finally, my prediction. Who wins the fight, the heavyweight title fight between Tyson Fury and Derek Chisora as they fight for a third time? And I'm picking Tyson Fury, without a doubt. He's the best heavyweight in boxing right now. And pound for pound, he's one of the best fighters in boxing. And I just think his physical advantages, his confidence are at an all-time high. I think he knows what he has to do. I think he's coming in here to get that work in and go out there and knock out Derek Chisora. And I think that's what he's going to do. I see the knockout coming between the 6th and the 8th rounds. I think it could happen sooner. But I think he's going to break down the veteran Chisora and stop him and retain his WBC heavyweight championship. So that's what I think is going to happen, and that's what I got. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This was the Fury versus Chisora 3 breakdown, and this is True Boxing. If you liked the video, smash the like button, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate any and all support. This is True Boxing. You've been hit with the truth.